Not me starting on time. Not me actually being early on a Friday. Or at least exactly on time on a Friday. Good evening, everybody. My name is Nebula, and you can call me Nebi. And welcome to Friday. I hope you're all excited about our Friday collaboration because we're diving deep into chapter 2. I'm excited because I can't wait to see exactly where we're going to go this time. Of course, I'm joined by my lovely crew, and we are going to put on the best performance we can for you. I hope you're having a lovely day. If not, we'll make it a lovely day. So, are you ready? Because I'm ready. I don't like to delay any longer. So, I'm going to transfer over now, and we're going to get started. Okay, everyone, you're allowed to unmute now.
What it do? Hello.
Yo,
Yo.
Everyone
we are here.
ready?
Uh, now I am, since Discord wants to save that good old fucking precious bandwidth again.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. So, for all sakes and purposes, we've decided that we're going to have Opsy play Cal permanently, and that we're going to have Jeremy here play June in his place. So, if you
Ooh.
see any differences, that's the only difference and change that we've made. Everything else is pretty much the same.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, let's see where we left off. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Don't do this. There we go. Ah, we left off with you, Opsy. Because you are now our head boss. So,
Right.
Let's go, Captain.
We indeed shall.
did we
So
say this on?
I was like, are we saying your line or my line? That's what I was wondering.
What line do you see?
I see is that why you're on Goldust that day for Zolback, and it was said by you.
Ah, hold on, let me make sure.
So,
I didn't get there. Because the line I see is like what happened, and then you're explaining to me what happened.
oh, just Zolback, that's what bloody happened. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just Zolback, that's what bloody happened.
Thank you. I'm so glad we
You're
got there. um, is that why you were on Goldust that day for Zolvac?
Look, kid. There are many things I left behind on my home planet. Many things I thought were worth returning for, and none of them I want to speak about with you.
Got it. Yeah, just trying to make conversation.
Intrusive conversation
You're,
again.
it's just, that's gonna happen a lot. I step back a little, taken aback by the fire in his eyes, the utter rage written on his handsome face. Sorry to have bothered you. What? Don't laugh. It's not. I didn't ask to compliment you.
No one's laughing.
Hi, she. I turn away from the bar, stopping only when a hand on my arm stops me in my tracks.
Wait,
Not you trying to be nice. Now, I could be aggressive, or I could actually give you a chance.
indeed you could.
Hmm. It's like, what kind of energy do we want to start off with today? Um,
Are you choosing violence or are you choosing
I'll choose
the vibe?
kindness. I'll choose kindness. I'll hear you out.
Alright. I'm sorry. It's not your fault.
Damn right isn't.
None of it is.
I don't know what happened to you, but if you ever need to talk to someone who's not them, I nod my head to nowhere in particular, but the tilt of his lips tells me he knows who I'm talking about. You know where to find me. Cauldron looks me over, eyes shifting from surprise to amused in a mere instant.
You continue to surprise me. You know that?
I have that effect on people.
Yeah, in more ways than one.
I can't help but return his smile, feeling like I've chipped away at the ice cold wall of his, if only a little. Cauldron sighs, and by the loosening of his shoulders, I can tell he's relaxing a little bit more. See, isn't it nice to get that stick out of your butt? Like it's good when you move it.
Yeah, it only, took prodding and many intrusive questions into my trauma to get there.
Whatever needs to happen.
Yeah, I see.
um, I swirl my drink a little, lost in thought, and enjoying the comfortable silence that settled between us. What did you say to Oppo earlier?
I reminded them of all the times we bailed them out with the local gangs around here. Oppo has a penchant for trouble. I know they don't mean it, but it finds them nonetheless.
Could it be, them having to sell people into slavery? Could just happen.
What?
I mean, politics. I'm
Politics.
not.
Okay.
I'm not a political person.
Okay, sure. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you kind of like them.
They're useful for attaining things that aren't exactly legal.
Ooh, look at you. And I thought Miss Upper Right was going to be not dirty. I see. I see.
What a nice guy.
You're one to talk.
That language you spoke to them.
Arknos?
How did you learn it?
I had an expensive education. My mother's wanted. Oh yeah, my mother's wanted a good life for me. I was tutored not only in the common languages of our system, but also those of our neighbors. They wanted me to be a council member to change the lives of people throughout the system. I think I damn near broke their hearts when I joined the guard.
And where are they now?
Abby.
What?
Mad curious.
I'm not gonna lie. I was really expecting a very different answer from the types of answers that usually come after you ask leading questions.
Huh?
But this is better.
Wait, Opsy, before you start, they want you to turn yourself up just a little bit.
Turn myself up.
Hmm.
Is this better? My mic is now pointed more towards me.
I hope so.
I hope so as well.
Also, thank you for the follow.
Can I
Hmm.
read it now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. They're back on Goldless. I haven't seen them in a long time.
He looks at me for a moment, a strange emotion I can't pinpoint in his eyes.
I'm sorry. I'm boring you with all this talk. You should go and have fun. Jeremey
I.
gets sold off again.
Why? Oh, good. They can hear you now. Awesome.
There we go.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what route I want to go with here. Because my goal is to keep flirting with everyone until I absolutely can't anymore.
Doesn't that lock you into a route?
You get locked in around certain chapters.
Okay.
Um,
Ooh.
I'm gonna say I am having fun because I am having fun. I'm learning. I'm getting the information I want. It's nice. It's nice.
Ruffling his feathers.
Right.
Part of you feel a ringer.
It's, believe it or
I
not,
am having fun.
but I am having fun right where I am. Wavy, don't start. I can still read what you say.
I'm sorry.
Cauldron raises an eyebrow as though he doesn't quite believe me. Oh, of course he doesn't. And I get the impression it's not something he's used to hearing.
God, I felt that way too hard. You sure you didn't hit your head again?
Unless I fell out of bed and bumped it while I was sleeping, I don't think so.
I feel like that's a perfectly good chance of happening.
Hush! He has a laugh, the deep sound echoing around me. Why can't you just take a compliment?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
please say it.
What?
Please say the line.
Say
Read it
oh,
as
oh,
such.
smooth cowgirl.
This
Oh.
caught me off guard from him. It caught me off guard from him. I'll read it. It just caught me off guard.
Uh
Oh my
huh.
god.
Damn, I didn't know he spit game like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Damn.
neither did I.
Yeah, he's a pimp.
God dang, hold up.
It wasn't even no lead up. He just
Yeah,
said
just
it.
went in
It's
for it.
crazy.
God.
Maybe it's fuck, I
You
can't
can do this. You can do this.
maybe it's dangerous for you to be sleeping alone.
Are you offering?
I mean, I didn't mean it like that.
I'm sure you didn't.
Oh,
I'm just saying. You
Aldi,
you brought it out
Aldi,
here. You
You
bring
meant it
it
like
out
that.
here. Yeah,
Aldi.
I'm just saying. I can't help
Oh,
but
my
chuckle a
bro's getting
little,
dirty.
watching as he eventually does the same because we're trying to make this not uncomfortable. A pang of sadness hits me from this man who is so guarded and so sad, so serious. Before I can stop myself, my hand instinctively rests on his arm, feeling the strength of his corded
I got
muscles
the end, boys.
beneath his
Stop.
uniform. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm still reeling from it. I'm reeling from it. One second.
Oh my god. Okay. Cauldron looks at my hand curiously, but he doesn't stop me. And when his eyes meet mine again, I swear they're softer somehow. All because I touched your arm. So sweet. He parts his lips to speak, but obviously thinks better of it, dropping his head and giving me a sheepish grin. Oh, look at you getting nervous. It's
He's
so
so
cute.
shy.
It's so cute.
Oh my god. There's something we should talk about.
I knew it. There was a woman in your life. Or a man,
Yeah,
whomever.
there's fucking so many bitches,
oh.
you know.
His declaration catches me off guard a little. Well, a little off guard after the previous conversation, but I steady myself enough to look at him curiously. What's that?
If you're gonna be staying with us on the A6, there's a couple of things we need to get straight.
He rolls his shoulders before he speaks, hand clutching and unclutching on the bar in front of him.
No
Nervous
flirting.
much? Imagine.
No horny on the ship.
You just invited me to. Okay, alright, continue.
First, like I said before, this isn't a free ride. You'll be expected to do your bit within the crew.
Okay.
Second, I want you to listen to me very carefully, because I'm going to be honest with you.
Cauldron looks around the club before he lowers his head, leaning towards me.
The crew has wound up on the hit list of some very, very bad people. Being one of us implicates you too. I can't promise you this job will be easy, but you'll have a place on the ship. And if by some miracle you remember anything about where you're from, we can help you get there.
He straightens up at once, giving me a hard look.
Are you sure you want to be a part of that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, on second thought.
It's like, what is gonna happen if I
Yeah.
choose not to? You know what? I'm gonna just
It's
leave
like,
y'all here.
damn, Chief, you know what?
Yeah, this seems like a great place to just stay.
Damn, Chief, feel free. Really do. I gotta get my shit that I don't have and just camp it out here.
I'm gonna just go with I'm sure, because I am sure. I'm positive. I'm sure. While I haven't known the crew long, even though I flirted my way through absolutely all of you, um, I feel like this is where I should be. For now, at least. Cauldron nods, and I get this strange feeling that my answer has pleased him somehow. Oh yeah, this is the secret about the crew.
Now that that's settled, What do you know about mercenaries?
I give him a disbelieving snort, torn off by the question. Mercenaries? You mean like hitmen who use other people's misfortune for their own personal gain?
Sounds like a very distinct definition of that, but yeah.
Colton doesn't say anything, but I notice the clench of his jaw. Something clicks. Wait, that's what you all are? Mercenaries?
If you're good at something, people pay you to do it. And I don't know about you, but I don't see many honorable establishments willing to hire a pack of misfits like us.
Wow.
You got a problem with it? There's the door.
Wow. Oh.
Ooh, so
This
you
is
can leave.
The surprise! You're all like killers for hire.
Hell yeah.
Let's get it.
Wait, we are for real?
No, yeah, that's literally your job.
Oh, this is amazing.
Is it a surprise?
Oh, what are we saying on God?
I'm just see. I wanted to not mention that when I first started the game that's because that's supposed to be a surprise that happens. But ta-da! You all kill people for money.
You're.
Wait,
I mean-
even the doctor?
Even the doctor.
No,
Especially
no,
the
oh
door.
my
God.
Especially Riona,
Hell
come
yeah.
on.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought you was just looking for love, like in the international
Hell
space station
no.
or something like that.
No.
She
No.
probably got more bodies. She probably got more bodies than anyone else.
For real, for real.
Oh,
Poison, you got all
Don't
that
make me mad.
chemistry.
Yeah.
oh my
Man, shit.
god. Okay. He turns back to his drink, taking a long sip, and resting his large forearms on the bar in front of him. All I've ever known about mercenaries has been tainted with preconceived hired guns no better than space pirates whose mercilessness knows no bounds. Cauldron and even Damon fit the bill well enough, but when I think of the others, June and Riona especially, I can't help but wonder if that's not all that Cauldron is making them out to be. I don't have a problem. I just trying to wrap my head around it, that's all. He grimaces in understanding, tossing back the contents of his drink. How big is his drink? I'm just wondering. Um,
No, I'm just hitting that bar or something.
and tapping the bottle against the counter. Oh, well, there you go. Glancing at the now empty glass.
You want another?
Sure. I almost chuckle at the flush of his face as he signals the bartender, grumbling to himself when he fails to get their attention. I get the impression that he doesn't get the chance to relax nearly as much as he should. While
Well,
he's
when you have someone like Damon and amongst others like Ayame, yeah, kind of shit gets out of hand.
don't throw them under the bus. They bring life to the ship.
Depends on your definition of life.
I think they're exciting.
What you say life might be my stress. You know what I mean?
They're certainly interesting.
Yep,
There's a
that I
saying
cannot
about
deny.
interesting times.
That I cannot deny. They are interesting to say the least.
While he shifts aside a terrified kid who looks much too young to be in a place like this, I relax on the bar stool, taking in the scene around me.
Oh, fuck you, kid.
Oh my god, I hate this. This is not part of the crew anymore. This is a random person hitting on me. I don't want to think about this. I hate this. I'm getting flashbacks all the time I get hit on at a bar. Oh my god. So who wants to read this fucking asshole's line?
If I read it, I'm not gonna say what's on the screen.
I'll do it. Hey, pretty one. Let me buy you a drink.
Oh
You did that
god.
Oh my god.
You
I
did that
don't
way
want
too well.
to. Please
You
don't
did
talk
that
to
way
me.
too well.
My attention shifts to the man who's saddled up beside me, far too close for comfort. He's human by the looks of things, though 2/3 of his face and both arms have been replaced by bionics, and his voice has a strange metallic echo to it. His eyes focus on me, both of them glowing an eerie neon green, and it takes me a few moments to compose myself and a wave of a hand in front of me. No, thank you. I barely turned away with a cold metal hand grabs my arm. Here we go. And almost yanks me completely out of my seat. I let
my boy.
yeah. I let out a yelp, surprised by a sudden heat of breath of on the side
Now he got hot.
on
Cal.
on the side of my face. Oh god. I hate this.
I wasn't giving you a choice. No one says no to me around here.
Why do I feel like that's cap? But okay.
You know, I'm gonna say no.
How about you back the hell off before I fritz that tin can you call a face?
Oh,
Oh, Cal?
Save me. The rumbling growl of the extremely pissed off captain resounds from beside me, and the man's grip on me loosens before disappearing completely.
You know, fuck around and find out, man.
Apologies, Captain Lynch.
Ooh, you're well known around here.
Hold on.
So
fucked up. I can't even drink my damn bottle and y'all acting a damn fool. You got me fucked up.
ah! It's only when the man leaves that Cauldron removes his fingers from the blaster hanging at his side.
That man.
Wow.
Let's go. I need you for 1 second, and already the hounds are at the door.
I'm telling you, I'm pretty. What do you want me to do? It wasn't my fault. He's the one who was being a creep. Cauldron waves a dismissive hand at me, and I narrow my eyes at him. You know, it's hard being pretty, okay? I can't help it. I'm gonna go look around.
Wait, you just got assaulted? Wait a minute. You would then leave?
He made me feel uncomfortable, just like I'm over here starting trouble. I didn't do anything. I was sitting here. I was drinking my drink. And then he just I have a knife. I have a knife. Did everyone forget I have this giant ass knife with me?
Okay, yeah, but you got a giant ass knife, but that dude was made out of bionics. I don't really think that would have done a lot.
I can handle myself. Kinda.
Yeah, you did so well getting grabbed and then yelping.
Anyway, I slide off my bar stool only to feel a firm grip around my arm before I take a step further. Unlike the grasp of the the tin face man earlier, this one feels a lot less hostile.
Just be careful. Don't wander away from the club on your own.
I roll my eyes before settling on him again with a smile. I'll be fine, Captain.
See you later, stowaway.
Aw.
See, you're worried too much. Turning away from the bar, I'm drawn to the shouts floating my way from the room at the back of the club, followed by a round of loud cheers. I make my way through the crowd, sliding around a dark and dodgy-looking dance floor before I push aside the curtains to the back room and freeze. Oh, this is gonna be so fun. I forgot this scene.
This is gonna be great.
Yeah, please come down from there. You're gonna break something.
Lighten up, will you? The only thing I'm breaking is hearts.
Okay.
What is surveying the scene in front of me? It doesn't take me long for a realization to dawn, and with it, the shock of what exactly is going on. Hidden at the back of the club, behind a dirty red curtain and a crowd of sleazy patrons, is a strip club. I would say that I'm surprised, but after meeting Opal earlier, I'm really not. I joined June beside the stage, distracting him from trying to coax Aya down from it. From the mere moment when I crossed my arms around my chest, over my chest, and give him a pointed look. I want to say
What's good?
I didn't
What's
take
good?
you for the strip club type. I didn't know that this was your scene. You are a man, but I didn't think this would be your situation. It's like
That was my boy. I know what to do.
I'm just saying, I didn't think this was your kind of scene. If you know what I mean.
I know perfectly well, but it's complicated.
I'm not judging you. To each their own.
No, but I.
A small smile tugs at my lips, and June chuckles, realizing I'm only teasing him.
Oh yeah, make it rain, Poppy.
This is so funny. Sighing, June nods towards the stage.
As I'm sure you can tell, Aya likes dancing.
When I turn to the stage, it starts to make sense. The ones getting all the cheers from the crowd is 𝚑𝚘𝚕𝚘𝚘𝚑.
Yeah, girl.
It's so much fun. Grandpa June down there is just trying to kill my vibe.
I don't.
She on a stripper pole? Oh,
Yes.
Oh, you didn't.
She a good.
wow.
Aya laughs and hooks an ankle around the pole, spinning around so many times I feel dizzy just watching her.
Maybe another.
Not trying to kill your vibe, I'm just worried about you.
June is stressed.
She's just on this
Straight
pole.
up.
First of all, what galaxy did it live in? Because this is I want to move here.
Bro, I don't know about all that. You missed out on the last part.
Yeah, I think you're taking in the wrong highlights.
Yeah, for real.
I'm just saying, we knew this was here, so we just had to be. I was just prepared for it to happen. June rolls his eyes, exasperated, his voice almost lost amongst the noise surrounding us.
Ooh.
Chillax, Daddy.
Woo!
How about you listen up before you end up with a stick in your ass the size of the captain?
Oh,
Hey yo, I'm just over here drinking.
Their eyes lock onto each other, unflinching, uninterrupted, when Aya twirls around the pole, her face appearing a mere moment later to continue the glaring match. I wring my hands in front of me, awkwardly thinking this is probably a good time to intervene and defuse the situation. Fuck! I forgot this is a
By
thing.
all means.
Oh no.
Ah!
I think Ayane is like just trying to vibe.
I think Ayome is just embracing her sexuality, you know?
There's that, and then there's, we're again on a list of very, very bad people, as I stated earlier.
That
So,
is a good point.
being the literal center of attention isn't exactly the best thing to do.
We're blending in. How do they know that she's not a stripper?
We blending in by.
How do they know she's not a
Have our logo
stripper?
on your fucking outfit.
We have our clothes on. We're standing out like sore thumb. We're color coded.
We're color coded.
You got a point about the color code, though.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
Only one that blends in the best is Damon because he just wears all black.
You already know.
oh my god, this is hard. I don't know who to fucking agree with.
I mean, to be fair, spending most of your time in a small can in space with the rest of the crew probably builds up a lot of stress.
Yeah, it is.
I just feel like there's a lot less attention-grabbing ways of burning off said stress.
I went Aya. June, Aya's right.
Okay.
Here, I thought you were a sane person, Nebby.
Clearly, I'm not. Go ahead.
Now get lost, Grandpa. Promise I won't get us in trouble. Cal asked, sitting quietly in the back and behave yourselves. Got it.
What makes you think I believe you?
June throws his hands up in expiration before turning around and walking away towards an empty seat in the back. It's just like, you know what? I'm not doing this.
Though no one said a little trouble wouldn't hurt.
See, and that's what I'm saying.
You're crazy. You know that, right?
Yeah, but you like that.
Ah, says who?
Says you. And hey, you sided with me out of your own accord.
That I did. It just seemed like she was having too much fun to try and stop her. And honestly, I don't think she would have stopped even if we begged her to. Ayame, what happened?
No, none.
I thought someone was gonna say something about me, but you know, it would be nice. Ayame doesn't seem like the kind of person to just roll over when you tell her to. With a crystalline laugh, Aya twirls around the pole, stretching her legs until she lands in a perfect split, ayo, making the crowd around us hoot and yell, flexibility, yo, flexibility. God, I don't want this to be a choice. Wow. It's like we just went from 0 to 100 with a what would it take to get a private show versus dang, I wish I could do that.
I mean, you took the lead last time with Ayame, so.
It seems like she likes that. What do you? You know what? I'm gonna just go. We're gonna play nice and say I wish I could do that because I really do wish I could do a split. That is, I wish I knew how to do that.
It's not that hard. I could teach you how to do it. Except,
Aya slowly gets up and shows off yet another spellbinding display of flexibility. Oh god. Okay. Heat starts spreading throughout my body, but I'm entranced. I can't take my eyes off her, and it's clear as day that she knows it and likes it.
who would you dance for?
Fuck. Okay, my mouth is dry. Her show apparently too much for me to handle with a clear head.
It may not look like it, but I'm not much of a sharer.
Okay. So, you'd like me to dance only for you?
Who knows? We'd have to try it out.
It's getting
Amen.
hot.
Amen.
It's getting hot.
Amen.
Someone get me a fan.
Yo, wild.
I need more than a fan. I need water.
Oh
No,
god.
she got the dry mouth. She needs the whole drink.
Where the hell is my hydrate? Giving me no time to reply, Aya saunters closer to me and gives me a quick kiss on the cheek, making my skin go up in flames, and the crowd around us to roar wildly. I mean, we're two women.
You think a kid of... Was it a kid of fan?
However you want to say it, dear.
You think a kid of fan would know better than to try to sit by the water and stay dry. But then again, I wouldn't mind adding something to get us wet on that crowded day.
What?
Hey,
Hey, yo.
Never.
She's just spitting game. She's just spitting game. You can't hate the game.
Spitting, that's a whole,
Nah,
that's
that's
a whole
fast
machine.
spitting. That's
That's
fast
fast spitting.
She's just putting it out there. She's just putting
Straight
it out there.
up,
at this
they're
point.
straight shots. bro.
Nebby's over here like going straight over her head.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
how am I supposed to dance on a wet floor?
the disappointment.
Yo, and
This
that
game is lit.
it hits me. My face burns hot. How I missed that one is truly beyond me. Except,
Probably the drink earlier.
It was too easy.
too easy. Kill me now, please.
And have you died before a lesson? I do not.
You know what? I'm about done here. That's enough.
Bruh, what you mean that's enough?
I'm great. Oh, is everybody low again? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me see. Can everyone go up to max volume apparently?
Not entirely
Uh,
sure how I would do that.
Well, okay.
Hope
Uh,
hopefully that's better. um 'cause this is
no, but
accurate. This line is very accurate. I buried my face in my hands, letting out a groan. I'm sure everyone around us can hear. Her laugh is music to my ears, and I watch between my fingers as she pulls herself up to the pole. Jesus Christ. Oh, pull back up the pole. Jesus. I can't read.
can't even read. You so flustered. Hot damn.
Uh, I'm pretty sure I'll die from embarrassment from flirting with her someday. I'll just make it too easy.
There's nothing wrong with going wild every now and then. Sorry. We've all been through a lot, you know.
It's clear that they all carry a certain amount of baggage that I want to know all about. You
Yes,
just
we do.
don't become a mercenary for no good reason. She seems to act very carefree about it all, and it doesn't seem to mind my questions as much as some of the others. At least she's willing to cooperate. Taking her eyes off me, she pulls herself up and flips upside down on the pole, somehow holding herself up with just her legs.
Hey, yo.
A magic woman here, get it? A woman next to me chokes on her drink when Aya winks our way. I'm pretty sure it was meant for me, but whatever gets her through the night, I suppose.
You getting jealous of that?
I'm just saying. Ain't no one looking at anyone else but me. Star attraction here. Sliding slowly down the pole, she flits back up, cocking her head at me. Yo, she's doing the most.
What could possibly be going through your mind to make your brain tick so damn loud, even in this crowded room?
Well, gosh, I wonder.
Why you guys ask these questions while she's on the pole? Like that just killed the whole vibe.
No, the second one kind of like.
No, the second one you can walk away with, but like the first one.
It's like, I know you're dancing seductively in front of me, but let me tell me about your
So
disturbing
how's your
history.
evening? Like,
It's like going to a stripper
You
and
gotta-
being like, was this your only life choice?
You gotta go to the second one. You can't.
Okay.
Yeah, that first one just puts it all the way up.
Sometimes it feels like I know so little about you. You're intriguing.
Intriguing? How so?
You know so much about me. I mean, pretty much all there is to know given I don't remember my own last name. You could say I'm curious. It feels like I know so little about you.
When you say it that way, it does sound like I'm intriguing. Or should we call it mysterious? Sounds so very posh.
Oh, she British?
Calderon's family would be so proud of my vocabulary. I almost sound like Damon when he acts evil, but's actually just a big ass.
Cauldron family is posh? The smile on her face melts away, shock settling in her eyes for a short moment as she realizes she was running her mouth on, apparently, stuff I shouldn't know about.
Forget I said that. Now, please.
She doesn't give me time to process the information or even reply before she goes back to talking, as if that slip up never happened.
Anyway, you know I'm a 𝚃𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒, like you, but probably unlike you. I'm from 𝚃𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒
how long do I want to hear you talk? Um. Hmm. let's go with the short explanation of what happened. It's like, let's say I know quite a bit. I know a little bit about it. Being a 𝚏𝚒𝚕𝚘𝚒 and all makes it almost instinctive. It's almost fully covered in water, and it went supernova a few years ago, right?
Pretty much. Yep. It was all well and dandy until it wasn't. Those stupid, cocky idiots thought it would be okay to push an unknown substance in research, to abide by that dumb king's request. For what? For nothing.
Something bad happened, and I can't help the twinge of guilt in my stomach as I ask her what, because I just can't just let it alone.
She's on the
Stop,
her
girl.
vibe. Like, out of all the people that I want you to just let live right now, Ayame is like at the top of my list. Let her live right now. Please.
Apparently not, because what happened? She doesn't answer right off the bat, staring into the distance while letting her body spin around the pole. How are you doing this, folks? Just
Like,
just
come on,
giving
man.
a
I would've-
strip
1,000-yard stare while twirling on a pole is quite the feat.
Let me tell you about the slaughter of our people.
It all happened when I was born, head ass. Like, come on now. There's a whole different time for this.
It doesn't even feel like we're in the middle of a crowded room anymore. My heart aches in pain, and I imagine doesn't even come close to her. That part of me that will always be connected to 𝚏𝚒𝚕𝚘𝚒's homeland, already anticipating the weight of her next words. The world seems to slow down around us when she talks again, painfully so.
Our oceans boiled. Sea life died. The kids who refused to move back to land died there. Earthquakes ravaged everything. The temperature rose to a ridiculous level. We were dying. A heat stroke, landslides, drowning, hunger. People killed each other, Nebby. It was chaos.
Why are you...
Pride tossed...
This...
Oh,
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. Good lord. On the fucking pole.
Continue.
Pride tossed aside, our leaders sought out help, and yet no one bothered to help us. Closed doors and backhanded offers is all we got. And it was their fucking fault. If humans had never discovered that substance in the mines, if they hadn't paid the 𝚏𝚒𝚕𝚘𝚒 to run tests on it, if the 𝕘𝕒𝕣 hadn't shut their damn doors on us, then maybe.
I had no idea what to say. Ayama's knuckles were white from how tight she holds the pole, eyes casted aside, brimming with unshed tears. Yo, this is not the ideal like situation
Like, you
here.
did all of this.
While spinning on the pole. I know there's nothing I can do. It kills me, but all I can hope is that she'll get better, that I can be there for her when she needs me to. But still, my heart aches for her. I wish I could do something to help. Anything. How am I supposed to react to something like that? And the fact that I can't even remember what happened to my own people. Words of apology flow from my lips before I can even make sense of the storm of feelings inside of me. I'm sorry. Her eyes dart back to mine at my words. Confusion sprawled across her features.
You have absolutely nothing to apologize for, Nebby. If anything, I'm the one who should say sorry for going overboard with the details. I just meant to tell you a bit about 𝚏𝚒𝚕𝚘𝚒 and me, and well, sorry. Calderon does say I tend to get touchy with the topic, but I'd hate to tell him he's right.
I understand.
What do you mean? Alright. Y'all just don't want to see me in any kind of...
No.
That just translates to...
The forlorn look in her eyes hurts me. I don't think she got touchy with it. It's not an easy subject. I understand why you got emotional. You shouldn't blame yourself.
Thanks. I mean, I know that, but most of the 𝚏𝚒𝚕𝚘𝚒s don't get like this anymore. been a while. It makes no sense to dwell in the past so much.
Would you rather forget about it? Aya takes her time to answer. I almost see the conflicting thoughts running through her head.
I don't know.
With a sad smile, I get the feeling that it's best to leave the topic at that for now. My own memory loss might make me get touchy and emotional over that.
I'm so sorry. Oop, but don't tell me I lost it, okay?
It seems like she's about to turn and go back to dancing, but I can't let her go without saying something. The weight of her words still heavy on my chest, suffocating me. You don't have to apologize either. And if you ever need someone to loosen up with, count on me.
I know. Thanks, Nebby.
But Aya, even though we just got through this emotional
Oh my God.
stretch
You
feel.
just said
You were
you
out.
just said
That
you were
was the
gonna leave the
perfect
topic
ending.
alone.
You had the perfect breakthrough of that. Oh my god.
I wish I didn't write these lines, but okay. But Aya, how did you survive?
Now that's a cool story, but I'm afraid we'll have to save it for another time.
Aya winks at me before turning back around to keep dancing, calling out to me over her shoulder.
Can't really spill all my tea in such a crowded room, can I?
And with that, she turns back around, jumping on that pole like a second nature. I take a few steps back and keep watching as she twirls around having the time of her life. That is, until her face shifts to sheer anger and she stops dancing and starts yelling at someone in the front of the stage.
Hey, no touching, asshole.
Before I can even figure out what happened, a warm hand lands on my shoulder.
I'd advise you to go somewhere else now.
But she...
Don't worry, you can leave that to me. You don't want to be in the way when May gets mad. Trust me.
Staring at his earnest smile, I can't help but believe him. Aya is a feisty little thing, and I do feel sorry for whoever dares mess with her just now. Waving my goodbye to June, I turn around to continue exploring the club while he pushes his way through the crowds towards Aya. There's only one place in the club I haven't been in yet, and I'm curious to find out how Bash and Riona are amusing themselves. Sliding around the dance floor once more, I almost made it to the curtain separating the final room from the rest of the club when I feel a sharp, pointed nail tap me on the shoulder.
Oh no.
Oh God.
When I turn, it's to find Oppo, looking nothing sort of delighted that they found me. They offer a strange half bow in greeting.
I thought I was done with this.
No.
Okay. Like, Oppo, aren't you supposed to be working on the ship? Okay. Miss Nebby, how do you enjoy Oppo's club? It is the finest in Las Vegas, yes?
I got assaulted twice, pretty much happened, and it disturbed all the people here. It was great.
Really cool.
Oppo blinks at me a couple times, leaning forward while they wait for an answer. Oh, it's great, Oppo. I've never seen anything like it. Oppo smiles, apparently happy with this answer, as they clamps their hands in front of them and peer at me through wide yellow eyes.
Oppo is curious how you met Mr. Batch and the astrologer crew. Tell Oppa the story, yes?
Oh, well, I'm not going to tell you the truth.
Fucking remember? The truth is, I don't fucking know.
Oppo seems harmless enough, but after all the warnings I received about Las Vegas, I'm not sure I should trust them so easily. I met the crew in 𝚏𝚘𝚕𝚕𝚘𝚠. They hired me as their new cook. After
I
blurting
don't
out,
trust him.
like, I mean,
You're right to do. You're right to not do that
I
because he
mean,
tried to pawn her off as a slave upon first meeting her.
I mean,
You are bringing the heat.
after blurting out the first thing that comes to mind, I want to slap myself on the forehead because that's apparently a bad lie. Cook? I'm sure the crew is perfectly capable of cooking for themselves. I want to
I
say
don't know about
no.
that.
I want to say no. Cook? I don't like that lie either.
Cook? What is cook?
Someone who cooks food, prepares meals for the crew.
Ah, yes, Oppo knows.
I let out a breath of relief.
We mean employees, cooks for Oppo. Juicy insects with crunchy legs.
How yummy.
Oppo's favorite.
Right. Love that for you. Love
Yum.
that.
A pure delicacy, I'm sure. Oppo smacks their tongue against their teeth hungrily, and if I hadn't eaten dinner, I think I might have thrown it up at the thought of eating insects.
Miss Nebby met the crew in 𝚏𝚘𝚕𝚕𝚘𝚠, yes?
Yeah, that's right.
Oppo hears rumors from the royal city. The king and his family murdered.
I swallow thickly. It's a dreadful ordeal, no matter how hated the old king was. 15 lives, an entire family, gone.
Oh no, the monarchy.
Mm.
But one body they cannot find. The youngest princess. It's as if she just disappeared, yes?
Appo's eyes narrow and they look at me attentively.
Very curious.
Right.
You think the princess is still alive?
Oppo thinks if she was alive, she would hide far, far away. The the usurper would not let live a threat to his throne.
How would one recognize the princess? If they saw her, that is.
Oppo does not know. The youngest royal children were hidden. Always hidden. Not important to be seen. Not important at all.
I mean, there was 15 of them, so I
Mm.
understand. Oppo looks me over, and for a moment, I think the conversation is over until they speak again.
Oppo is happy Miss Nebby is here. Miss Nebby is safe in Oppo's home.
I feel so welcomed.
Ah, just totally not being okay.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, I feel great. It's like that slimy hand that someone puts over your shoulder, and you're like, I
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, it's just the best feeling.
don't touch me.
Feel all warm.
Upple smiles at me, and although the pointed teeth give them a rather sinister look, I get the impression they mean what they say. Yo, what is this character?
Where even am I?
Thank you, Oppo. With another half bow, Oppo ambles off into the crowd and after watching them until they disappear, I continue on my way. Heading towards the room off to the side of the club, when I push the curtains aside, I spot Bash not too far away, seated around a half moon table covered in crimson felt.
Wait, hitting
Ooh.
the
Slot time! The three other patrons are seated at the same table. A small creature with a bored look on her face, and a beautiful, we'll just call it kit couple, who look far too finely dressed for a place like this. Dealing a set of cards in front of each, well, Dealing a set of cards in front of each seat is a woman who, curiously, I notice has 4 arms. I step closer to the table and I realize that her upper arms look natural enough and the bottom one are completely robotic, most like Bash, and assist her with dealing the cards at lightning speed. Last chance to place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Bash pushes a stack of chips further onto the table, and as I step up behind him, I finally notice Riona at his side. Oh, thank you for the 200 bits. Um, it would be an understatement to say that the look on her face at the sight of his bet is one of pure horror.
Sebastian, that amount of money would be enough to feed the entire crew for a month. What are you thinking?
Bash sits back in his seat, arms folded casually over his chest, and a lopsided grin on his lips. Not being this confident you gonna win.
I know what I'm doing, Ree.
This is how they draw you in, you know? You get a few wins, and then the next thing you know, it's completely gone over your head and you end up losing everything. Next thing, you'll be betting the ship itself.
Bash snorts at her accusation, and Riona
God.
looks less than impressed by his reaction.
And risk the unholy wrath of our dear old captain? Not likely.
Y'all stay just clowning.
I watch their argument as if that's what it's called, with wild amusement. It ends with Miranda crossing her arms over her chest, turning slightly away from Bash, and purses her lips into what I can only describe to be a pout. Forgetting the angry 𝚃𝚒 for a moment, Bash leans closer to me. His voice is an excited whisper.
The rules are simple, my friend. If the card shows 3 crowns, you get another draw. The hourglass represents 12. That's a high card. And this one here?
I stare at him, utterly perplexed, and his voice fades away into nothing. What exactly about any of that is simple? Bash studies me for a moment. That's like when someone explains spades to me. I'm just like, one more time, slow it down. Bash studies me for a moment before giving a casual shrug of his shoulders and clearing his throat intently.
Just watch what I do. You'll pick it up soon enough.
Rihanna and I share a look. By the deep grooves forming on her forehead, I say she's less than pleased about the situation. You must not really like gambling at all. I'm a watch. I like to watch things happen. I don't know. I like to see gambling happen.
That just sounds messy.
If he says he got it, I want to trust that he got it. Like,
Yo, Bash, you.
we're here to relax.
You being a bit wild. You being a bit wild, my boy.
We're here to relax. I'm watching. I gave a nod of my head, indicating that I'm paying attention. Rihanna clicks her tongue, unimpressed. I wonder for a moment why she chooses to hang out if she despises gambling so much. But then I assume it's to ensure that, despite what he says, Bass doesn't actually bet the ship, or something equally important. She's like a mom!
I'm the ship mom, okay?
Did
Why
you...
we brought her?
Cause she's wearing a...
Whoa.
She's one of the people with her head screwed on most of the way.
I'm saying... The dealer flips another card, and Bash lips quirk further. It bears the image of a goblet. I don't know what that means.
We've got this in the bag, Nebby. I hope you're ready to win some serious credits.
Practically shaking with excitement, Bass drums his fingers on the table, unblinking as his gaze follows the dealer's swift movements.
See, look, we're getting money. We're getting money.
The dealer flips the final card. 4 feather quills. Look, I love expression change. My eyes dart to his face, expecting to find a triumphant But drum fit. Oh my god! Great smile.
There you go.
There you go. Fucking words. But instead, I'm met with a face of pure horror. That isn't like a face of pure horror, more just.
Wow.
Oh, Riona's
Oh
pissed.
shit! Oh
That was
shit!
a law.
Oh shit!
That was supposed to be two crossed swords.
This dealer, like the young lady, is the winner. The dealer gestures to a small creature at the end of the table and slides a considerable amount of chips over to her, which she chirps at happily.
Now look what you've done. I told you.
Bash places a hand on
sorry,
her
Mom.
arm.
I'm sorry, Mom.
I'm just saying. We win some, we lose some.
3 months of food.
I'm just
3
gonna.
months
Yeah, like,
of
good
food.
fucking job, Bash.
Damn, I gambled 3 months of food.
Yes.
Yes.
I told you that.
Bro, that's what we were saying.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, I'm wilding a little bit.
This is like what happens when you drink, Wavy. This is like you just be doing
That's
the
what I told you,
most.
bro. You was being wild. You was doing too much.
Okay. Bash places a hand on her arm to calm her before she finishes her sentence, and she stops abruptly.
Yeah, you better stop. Relax a little, will you? Enjoy yourself. We have enough trouble to deal with later. It's just a bit of fun, yeah? Let me buy you a drink.
You know, you just lost 3 months of food worth. Fuck, you know,
Bro,
which is.
What
You
money?
loaded or some
Fucking
shit?
guy.
We kill shit, don't we? We can get some more food now.
Bro, you just burned 3 months of food.
Oh my god.
We kill people. Are you gonna eat people?
Look,
I
after we
mean-
leave here, I'm finna go get that little creature, and I'm getting our check. Here.
Oh.
Alright, good.
What?
I looked at Rihanna, who seems anything but relaxed. In fact, she's quite on edge ever since we landed on Terranium. She leans in to whisper something to Bash, and only I catch her words over the buzz surrounding us.
Oh,
Don't forget what happened last time I was on this planet.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Bash.
actually scared of Riona, I ain't gonna lie.
Bash fixes his eyes on Riona, both bionic and real.
Uh-huh. I never forget.
He smiles at her for a moment, and I swear his face is softer somehow. It suddenly occurs to me how close the two of them seem, and I wonder if there's more to their relationship than meets the eye. Deciding to try to lighten the situation, I clap a hand on Bash's shoulder, squeezing it gently in a show of support.
But you need to give him the friend punch, the little friend punch
You
on the shoulder.
know,
Like, hey, Bash.
Not if it's any consolation. I have fun. It's like, damn, nigga, I'm sorry for you, but shit, I had it.
I had a blast, you know. I know you lost money,
Better
but
luck next time, champ. You got it.
Okay, but we all got to recognize that a four-armed dealer who has robotic arms has a lot more tricks they can pull with those cards than normal, right?
exactly.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yo, check his palms. Check his palms.
Shut! It's a woman, and I don't know. Each one sounds kind of trashy. Better luck next time. I feel a little bad for him, but at the same time, that's the risk that you take when you gamble. Better luck next time, I guess.
That's the spirit, Nebby.
Apparently, that was a good thing to say.
Next time we'll take the jackpot. You'll see. For now, though, we better just clear out for a while.
The dealer throws an impatient look, and Bash quickly ushers Riona and I away from the table.
All I can say is it serves you right for gambling again. You know that nothing good ever comes of it.
That's not true. Remember that time I won that 𝚃𝚒𝚕𝚘𝚒𝚘 bracelet in the game of cards? That thing was breathtaking.
Riona folds her arm over her chest, giving Bash a pointed look.
And what happened to that bracelet?
Oh, shit. I lost it in a bet. Okay, I see your point.
Do you have a gambling problem? We can get you
He is
help.
the
Come on,
gambling
son.
Like it.
Come on, my boy.
He is the gambling problem.
Come on, my boy.
Oh my goodness.
Rihanna,
Just blame me for everything.
we're not, but Rihanna gives
Me.
him a pointed look before letting out a laugh, a long, tired sigh. Sorry.
You two do what you want. I'm going to go and find somewhere a little quieter to wait all this out.
My bad. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on the table. Jump back in when things are picking up again.
Of course you are.
Okay.
Yeah, we lit. We finna get our money back.
Oh, the choices we could make. We could go comfort the like ship's mama, or we can go stay with the 𝚑𝚑𝚒𝚘𝚕𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑
If you was a real one, you
Oh.
would be in the trenches with me, but it's cool though.
Wow.
I'm having a bad time right now, dude.
Yeah, I think Rihanna needs some like care. Like,
I was like,
she
dog,
kinda
we
left sad.
joined you for 5 seconds and you just lost 3 months of food. I don't really know if I'm gonna say I'm gonna be in the
You had a cap, bro.
Worst things worse. We whoop when
We
they
ain't got
take our
shit.
little robotic arms, and then we back up.
Flash,
You think you can take her on? You think you can take her on?
It's 6 of us. What do you mean we all kill stuff? All 6 of us? She's not getting past all 6 of us.
Oh, you think
Yo,
no
you-
one else in
dog,
this
if you're
place
doing
kills
all
things?
6 of us, all 6 of us.
So what you
Okay.
saying? I'm out here, so y'all saying I'm out here on my own then? Okay, bet.
I say Rihanna at this.
And go look with it.
I feel like Rihanna needs our comfort because she seems to be having a
Yes,
very
please.
uncomfortable time here. So we're gonna go and comfort the ship mama. I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed in the casino. Finding a quiet spot with Rihanna sounds more appealing right now. I'm gonna go with Rihanna. It's a little too much for me in here. Stretching his arms over his head, Bash smiles at us.
See you later then. Look after each other, all right?
Aw, you good-hearted, Bash.
With a wave
tried.
goodbye, Bash darts off, most likely in search of another table to join because he can't get enough. Shaking my head, I turn to.
Oh my goodness.
He's a gambler! Relax!
Crash is entertaining, I'll say that much.
I turn to follow Rihanna, and she makes her way across the room and back through the club. Ooh, in the back alley. When we exit the
Oh, it's
club
lit down
and
here.
step out into the street, I can't say it's any quieter than it was inside, but at least it's easier to breathe out here. Rihanna turns to me, a sheepish smile tilting her lips.
This place suffocates me a bit. If you want to go back in, you're welcome to.
I wanted to spend some time with you. It doesn't matter if it's in there or out here. I glanced down the street at the vendors selling their wares, my god, from wooden stalls and their various food carts sending plumes of scented smoke into the air. It's just as crowded as it was in the club, with all sorts of people rushing back and forth from our spot, leaning against the front wall of the building. We take it all in. Rihanna smiles at me, and I could tell that she's glad I came along.
I'm sorry if I seem difficult, but sometimes I feel like I don't fit in anywhere. You may not have noticed, but there aren't exactly a lot of Talari on this planet. Almost none, in fact.
I had noticed. It would be hard not to. There's not that many blue people running around in this city, apparently.
Blue people?
I'm sorry!
Damn.
Jeez, you responded so fast! Jesus!
Blue people.
I'm so sorry! Blue, you know what? I'm moving on. But I can't. But I can't say I understand why. Oh my god! Why do I do this?
Absolutely.
I'm sensing there's more to your story than what you've told me. So why did you really leave 𝚏𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚒
beautiful.
Rihanna slightly holds my gaze as if she's deciding how much she should tell me. After a moment, she bites down on her lip, her bright yellow eyes fixed it on the dusty ground between us.
My childhood was very strict. My father is a member of the Council of Eons, 𝚘𝚒𝚐's ruling government, and my mother is the director of 𝚃𝚒𝚒𝚕𝚘𝚒𝚐, the largest medical facility on the planet.
Wow, great parenthood.
As I'm sure you can imagine, these are incredibly demanding and powerful positions.
Rihanna wrinkles her hand together nervously as if she's waiting for some kind of reaction, but all I can do is watch her luminescent skin, which is what we're gonna use now. Sorry. um, Winds when she speaks, glowing dimmer by the second.
They didn't have much time for me when I was growing up, but I was still expected to behave as if they were always watching, because, well, there was always someone watching me. I had to be the perfect daughter, dedicated, well-mannered, disciplined, but it felt like I was a prisoner.
She
That's
let
how I
out,
started merchant.
yeah, like, you know, that's what happened. I have all this stress, and so I decided to go pew pew. Um, she lets out a soft sigh, fixing me with a worried look.
Don't get me wrong, I love my planet, but the beliefs of many of the 𝚘𝚒𝚒 have there are backwards. We used to help those who needed aid, but more often than not, travelers are being turned away, and the 𝚘𝚒𝚒 are closing themselves off from the rest of the world.
She gives me a sad smile, as if she's apologizing for saying so much.
We used to be better. I wanted to be better. That's why I left.
And you enjoy the Andromeda 6 crew?
Not quite. That happened a few years later. I traveled with a group of 𝚘𝚒𝚒 called the Archangels. We went from planet to planet, offering aid where we could. But they...
She trails off, her hand shaking at her sides as whatever memories she's been trying to ward off before now crash over her. Her face falls in an instant and she covers her mouth with a hand, her eyes squeezed shut tight. I step forward to put a comforting hand on her shoulder, feeling her body shake with emotion.
I'm so sorry. This planet brings back a lot of bad memories. I'd rather not talk about it right now if you don't mind.
Please, please make sure I don't mind. Please. That's perfectly fine. I understand. Oh, thank God.
You already gonna call yourself a liar.
Oh my god.
Already gonna call yourself a liar.
Be like, I'm here for you.
Okay.
Hey,
I
hey, you
mean,
wanna fuck?
can I do anything to help? Like, maybe we could just think about other things, de-stress. Can I do anything to help you? It pains me to see her
Can I
like
be here for you?
this, and I wish I could do something, anything to help. Would you like some water or something stronger? I'm sure there's some more of Damon's favorite shrimp juice in there somewhere.
Nasty ass.
Hey, listen.
I'm sorry.
I thrust his thumb in the direction of the bar, and Rihanna lets out a little laugh, shaking her head as she sniffles and wipes her eyes from the back of her hand. Oh dear, don't cry.
Don't worry about me. I'll be okay.
She smiles at me through tears, and I believe it. There's a strength in her that draws me in, makes me want to get to know her better. I know we don't know each other well, but if you ever want someone to talk to about this or anything else, I'll be there. I hope that one day we'll get the chance to get to know each other better. Rihanna smile. I'm trying to understand how like I'm so nice with her flirting wise, but everyone else I'm just like going in the kill. Like Rihanna smiles.
She like,
Hmm?
I was saying that she likes feeling like very soft. She's like, she likes like care.
I know, like we have a
I'm a
very
soft
gentle
girl.
like relationship building, and everybody else is just like, so me, my bedroom, you coming, like. um. Riona smiles despite the flush covering her cheeks and reaches out a hand to take mine.
We will, Nebby. I promise. One day, I'll tell you everything.
Rihanna takes a deep breath to compose herself, looking around the streets, and I'm relieved to see that she's feeling better.
I think I'll go and have a drink with Bash after all. I should probably apologize for being so hard on him earlier.
I don't think he took it too harshly, but I'm sure he'd enjoy your company. She beams at me, her delicate features glowing under the light of the moon.
We should.
Before she finishes her sentence, two men walk past, their eyes visibly narrow on the pair of us. One man, a human with corded lights weaving through his skin, steps uncomfortably close and growls in Rihanna's face. Oh my god,
Oh God.
Ooh,
Racism.
oh, the literal race. Okay.
Alright, who
No,
wants to
okay.
be brave and tackle racism?
I mean, shit, I can do it.
God.
Oh, why is he talking like that?
Who wants to be racist to me?
Go on.
Alright,
I Ruckus.
you got it.
I can't do this, yo. I'm so upset for her. Will someone read this, please? I'll buy you
okay.
lunch if you want it.
Oh God.
Say
Straight
it!
out with-
Oh,
Nobody? Nobody? Nobody wants to be racist?
He said it.
He
What?
said it.
yeah,
Can I hear him?
he just did.
Oh, good. I muted it. That's why. The other one, a kit, spits at our feet. You know, my kind is so beautiful. Before the two of them
God,
stroll off, shoulders pulled back and chest puffed as though they own the very ground that they tread.
Hands.
All right.
Throw something. Throw them hands. The fuck?
Let's kill him.
I could say something. I could throw something. I could do nothing.
Right.
Throw.
We're just
No,
gonna
straight. Beat their ass.
we're gonna
their ass.
throw something. Looking around
We
for
don't
the
tolerate racism around here.
we don't at any kind, whether it's fictional or not.
Straight up.
Looking around for the first thing I can find, my fingers collapse around a small piece of metal scrap before I hurl it towards the man, hitting him square in the back of his shoulders. I'm very weak. The metal lands in the dirt with a clunk and he stops in his tracks. My eyes widen, hardly believing I even had the nerve to do that. I hesitate when he storms towards me, awesome, anger descending like a black cloud around on his face, and I realize I haven't thought this plan through very well at all.
Just use 1 and 2. 1, 2. That's all you gotta do.
He
I'm
points
low.
a grubby finger in my face as he advances, his eyes reduced to two slits of eerie neon blue. I'm great. I did a great thing.
Pick up the knife.
Stab him.
Yeah,
Straight,
yeah.
straight up kill that motherfucker.
No!
Straight up, stab him.
Splendid places to hide a body in this alley.
Okay, my heart hammers in my chest as his friend rolls his sleeves. Oh great, we're gonna fight. Ready for a fight. I grip my teeth, mentally preparing myself for a blow to come until a head of pale silver hair dances in front of my vision. Rihanna!
You'd better back off right now if you know what's good for you.
The man lets out a bellowing laugh, staring Rihanna down through eyes that shine with sadistic amusement.
Oh, we get to see her be that? Yes, sir.
Let's go, Mom.
Oh my god.
Damn,
Oh, hi,
never
June.
mind. Never mind. Never mind.
It's
Like, don't get me
oh
wrong, I'm
god.
glad June's here, but that low-key just killed my vibe.
Is there
Yo,
a problem here?
apparently. Why do the men always gotta save us? Is what I'm just noticing. Like we have never
Bad
once tried to
writing.
do that. um,
I was ready to throw hands.
she was. My blood runs cold at the sound of the dark rasp behind us, and when I turn to find it, it's June staring the men down. His face thunderous and cold. Any glimmer of kindness is gone, replaced instead by the look of I've never seen on him before. And I can't say why, but something that about it terrifies me. When June moves in front of Rayona and I, shielding us from the stranger and his friend, all I could see are the muscles in his back and shoulders tensing through his clothes. God, I feel like I'm just like on horny on main all the time. He almost seems bigger somehow, though I know that it can't be possible. Not pretty boy.
He literally has
What?
2 guns on it. Okay. You just begging for it.
Yeah, pretty boy.
Okay, the man sneers at June, his lips pulled back from the straight white teeth until the kid slams a hand on his friend's shoulder, pulling him back and whispering in a terrified voice, "Not this one, man. He's one of them." I'm gonna get into that's gonna come up to later. What that means? A man gives his friend a quizzical look, eyebrows raised in annoyance. What are you? But then he looks at June next, and his eyes go wide, and he backs up slowly, one foot behind the other, and his mouth opening and closing like a goldfish. Another second later, the two of them were scrambling down the street, almost falling over each other in desperate attempts to disappear in the crowd.
Wow.
June, there's a secret you want to share with the class?
Oh, what you mean
I
secret?
mean, right now I'm mostly just curious why I'm letting them leave.
I'm
Oh,
curious about that too, I'm
damn.
gonna be honest with you.
I let out a breath of relief, though when I look at Rihanna, her face is still twisted in an anger I've never seen from her. They were just racist to her. What do you think was about to happen?
I was like, what?
I'm just supposed to take it and calm down?
I was
No.
like, they were racist to her, and then they tried fighting you. I think I'd be pretty fucking pissed too.
June
Them
stands.
fighting words.
I'm
Shut up.
saying. June stands firmly fixed to the spot. The only signs of movement movement, the way his shoulders raise and fall in a short, shallow breaths. June?
Oh shit.
I step towards him, hand outstretched and my heart pounding in my ears. My throat tightens uncomfortably. A wave of unwarranted nausea and terror shakes through my veins. Whatever these men had seen in June, it had shaken them to the core, and I wasn't so sure I wanted to know why. When he finally turns, the ghost of his easy smile slides back into place, though it doesn't quite reach his eyes at this time. I let out a breath I've been holding in, my shoulders slumping as relief floods through me, and as if finally remembering what had brought him here. June's eyes dip in worry.
I was looking for the two of you everywhere. We need your help inside.
Oh shit.
It's Ayame. Of course it is.
Oh my god! Leave
It
her
was either
alone!
gonna be you or Bash. Which one did we
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to
I was gonna
ask
say, it was
for?
either gonna be you or Bass at this point. You was on the pole, Bass is gambling our entire ship away, I mean, shit.
Rihanna throws him an alarmed look before hurrying back into the club. But before I can do the same, June stops me with a hand on my arm.
Are you okay, Nuppy?
I nod, pushing down whatever curiosity is gnawing at me to discover what had those two men so terrified of him.
Don't ask me, but okay.
You ran in the club! You literally ran
I
into
mean,
the club!
yes, that's true, but then he literally stopped you when you were about to do the same. So, I mean,
Okay. Well, he's concerned!
yeah, but not about her, which was her point.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me, June. I smile, trying to assure him that I really am okay, and when he finally relents with a nod of his head, we head back into the club together. June leads us to a small storage room off the side of the bar, and we rush inside to find Aya seated on a stack of boxes, her arms held protectively against her stomach.
Don't tell me she got stabbed.
She attempts to smile, but it doesn't last long until she's groaning in pain and cursing under her breath. Rihanna lets out a small sound and rushes to her side.
What have you done to yourself now?
It wasn't my fault. Some asshole was trying to grab me, so I decked him.
I swear I hear Rihanna mumble, not again, under her breath, but over the music pumping through the club, I can't be sure.
Can you help Ray? I'll go around to up the others.
Jeez.
Yes, we'll be fine. Nebby can help me with this.
June leaves the room, shutting the doors behind him as he goes, as I step next to Rihanna waiting for instructions.
Aya, what have I told you about getting into bar fights?
That I should do it only if I know I'm gonna win.
Rihanna gives her a withering glare, and Aya lets out a guilty bumble of laughter.
Oh, don't worry. It wasn't much of a fight.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like you're on the losing side of that. Not much of a fight.
Oh my.
I could
Oh,
ask
no, we
if
haven't
she
seen the other
punched
guy.
the wall, or if I could ask what happened. I feel like in
What
this
happened?
instance, asking what happened is not being nosy, but being concerned. So,
Yeah.
Finally.
what happened?
Nothing much, really.
Great. Great assessment of the situation.
Something clearly did.
Aya cocks her head to the side a little, making a face, while she mulls over exactly how much to tell us.
Let's just say, it's generally never a good idea to punch someone who has a bionic face.
Aya! What were you thinking?
She wanted to punch someone with an bionic face. Simple, I'm following.
I think it was the guy that tried to grab you from earlier, low key.
I'm saying. Things need to be dealt with.
Probably.
Aya shrugs, the silver tips of her hair falling casually around her shoulders.
That I wanted to shut the prick up.
Aya bit back a sting of curses as Rihanna took her hand and flipped it over to check the damage. So, where's the guy now?
Hello.
Oh, probably off crying in a corner. Pretty sure I gave his tin can a nice dent. A kind reminder not to touch people like that.
I think June broke you guys. I thought June broke you guys apart.
Oh, he did. Ouch. Right, take it easy, will you?
That's what you get for throwing punches in Las Vegas.
I'm sorry, okay?
I love this mom. I really do. Um, Rihanna merely raises an eyebrow at her, and Aya smiles immediately, sliding back in place.
Sorry I didn't hit him harder, that is.
An ungraceful snort escapes me, and even Rihanna has a hard time keeping the smile off of her face. How bad is her hand, Rihanna?
It looks like it might be broken, or fractured at the very least. I'll have
Damn.
to run some scans to know for sure.
How fucking hard did you punch him?
He has a metal face!
Yeah, but how hard did you punch him?
Nebby,
Very,
will you see
apparently.
if you can get me a bowl of ice from the bar? It will help with the swelling until we can get Aya back to the ship.
Of course. Closing the door behind me when I leave the room, I start heading towards the bar in search of a bowl of ice. I lean against the counter, immediately regretting the decision when I feel the stickiness of who knows what stuck to my sleeves. Disgusted,
Don't get the UV light.
we're not gonna look at that. I turn back around, stopping in my tracks when a glint of red catches my eye between the sea of bodies in the room. I can't explain why, but something about that particular shade of red seems so familiar.
Yes?
Before I even realize what I'm doing, my eyes are already weaving through the room, pushing between dozens of people around me. When did the bars get so crowded? Oi, watch it! Sorry. I mumble an apology, too fixated on the trail that I'm on to stop now. When I get a little closer, I realize that um, I've been following is a shock of red hair. The man stops at the exit, looking around a little before disappearing through the door and on out into the street. My heart pumps into my chest with an urgency and I can't explain, and a voice in my head whispers, follow him, over and over, so utterly relentless that I hear nothing else. I fall behind, desperately pushing my way through the last few feet of the crowd, growing hot and sweaty between so many bodies. When I finally reach the exit, I stop to catch my breath, looking down the crowded street for any sign of that man. I see nothing but the usual vendors and street food carts, but I know that he must be somewhere around. Well, must be around here somewhere. He couldn't have just vanished into thin air. Breathlessly, I pick a direction, letting my feet guide me until I'm standing at the mouth of a dimly lit alleyway, a single solitary street light casting an eerie glow over the broken furniture and an old trash littering in the ground. Deciding that I'd rather not chance an encounter in a dingy old alley, I turn my head back to the club, stopping only when a noise echoes through the darkness, the sound of breaking glass. I hesitate, ears toward the alleyway, listening for any sign of movement. With a newfound determination, I straighten up and muster my courage, taking one step and then another into the darkness. I'm almost done, don't worry. A thought enters my mind as I put one foot in front of the other. I could be trapped. It could be a trap. And like an idiot, I didn't tell any of the crew where I was going when I left the club. I fumbled through the leather sheath that Damon gave me earlier. I buckled around my thigh and pulled out the dagger, holding it tight in my hand. I wasn't sure about it earlier, but I'm glad I decided to take it, knowing that if worse comes to worse, I can defend myself. Stealing my nerves, I creep through the alley towards the source of the noise, only to find it empty. I look around, peering as through the darkness as my eyes can manage through all, though I find are shadows. Was it just a rat? And I'm gonna leave it there! Because
Oh my.
I know exactly what's gonna happen.
Just right when HPG premieres. Ah.
Exactly! So, we're gonna save it there, because it's time for me to meet someone new. And I want to wait until the next week until we meet him, because he's not here anyway. So,
Such a tease.
how are we feeling about the chapter so far?
I want to continue, but
Same here.
Sorry. It's past our time limit, and I only promised you guys for an hour. So, everyone say goodbye because I have other things that I plan on doing. Thank you all for helping me, and Jeremy, I hope you had a good time.
I definitely did, and we'll catch you next week as well.
All right.
Alright.
Say bye, everybody.
Straight up,
Bye,
straight up.
guys.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye bye.
Great. Now we're going to transition and I'm going to leave. Bye bye.
Bye.